Most people missed that Doctor Strange's biggest secret isn't the 14 million futures he saw. It's what he never told the Avengers. When Bruce Banner asked the Ancient One for the Time Stone, she immediately refused. The reason was simple. The Infinity Stones help maintain the stability of the timeline. Removing one could create a new branch reality, and protecting the Time Stone was the Sorcerer Supreme's duty. Strange himself even said in Infinity War that they were sworn to protect it. So when Banner revealed that Strange had given the Time Stone to Thanos to save Tony Stark, the Ancient One was completely shocked. Why would Strange do that? At first, she couldn't understand it. But then she realized there had to be a reason. She trusted Strange enough to give Banner the stone. But what if Strange wasn't just saving Tony? Let's go back to the Battle of New York in 2012. At that point, Stephen Strange was still an ordinary surgeon. But the Ancient One already knew that he would eventually become the Sorcerer Supreme. She knew he would inherit the Time Stone and eventually gain the ability to see possibilities that no one else could. Then came Infinity War. Strange searched through more than 14 million possible futures. But during his battle with Thanos, he didn't simply use the Time Stone to win. Instead, he allowed events to unfold. Thanos snapped his fingers. 5 years passed. A mouse accidentally freed Ant-Man. The Avengers began the time heist. Loki escaped with the Tesseract. The TVA came into existence. The multiverse expanded. And eventually, Loki became the god of stories. Now connect the pieces. Without the snap, there's no Endgame. Without Endgame, there's no time heist. Without the time heist, Loki never escapes with the Tesseract. And without Loki, who would eventually protect the multiverse? Even the Avengers Civil War might have been part of the same chain. The team split apart. Thor and Hulk were gone. Everyone believed the Avengers had failed. But what if that failure was actually necessary for Endgame to happen? Then there's Spider-Man, No Way Home. Strange cast a spell that caused the entire world to forget Peter Parker, changing reality once again. At every major turning point, Strange seems to push events toward the same destination. Almost as if he's protecting a timeline that only he understands. And maybe that destination was never Thanos. Maybe it wasn't Kang either. Maybe it was Doctor Doom. If Strange truly saw the future, perhaps the timeline he chose wasn't simply the one where the Avengers defeated Thanos. Maybe he chose the one where the multiverse survived long enough to face an even greater threat. Doctor Doom. And if that theory is true, then every seemingly unrelated event could be part of one massive plan. One that may finally be revealed in Avengers: Doomsday.